Hey, what's up guys? Flying Phoenix here. Let's review something. Today I've got you the Turnigy Graphene 5S 1300 milliamp battery. Let's take a look at it. But before we do, I just want to, talk about the reasonings behind why I got a 5S battery as opposed to another 4S battery, which I've used almost exclusively up to this point, and why I didn't get the 6S. And lots of reasons why I didn't go 6S. I know that that's super popular right now, especially among racers. Well, I'm not a racer. I am a freestyle pilot, and I don't need full throttle 90% of the time. So sometimes I do go full throttle, but as a freestyle pilot, it's usually not for very long. So I didn't need it for that. I understand why racers might want it, at least on a superficial level. They get less voltage sag and can race harder for longer, and it results in better racing times. So if I were to go 6S route, that means I've got to buy all new motors. I got to buy new ESCs. I have to, in a couple instances, got to get another flight controller because it's not 6S rated flight controller. And then I got to buy the batteries themselves. I'm too cost conscious for that. In other words, cheap, but we're going to use cost conscious. But I thought to myself, why not 5S? Because I wouldn't have to change any of my components out. I would get a pretty good bump in throttle response. I might get a little bit extra flight time. And so I thought, well, let's see if there's any good deals out. So, turns out, Hobby King had an amazing sale recently on a lot of their batteries, but I noticed that they had some 1300 5S graphenes on sale for $14.95 a piece. So I was like, yes, okay. So I bought some, and they've arrived, and I thought I might let you guys take a peek at them and tell you what I think about them and how they fly. So let's take a look at it. It comes in this fancy dancy cardboard box. Poor little redneck me, it took me a while to figure out that it opens with a magnet. Check that out. And we open it up. Really fancy little box that comes in. Very well cushioned. Comes wrapped in bubble wrap. Remove that. And then inside the bubble wrap, you've got a velvet bag. They really want to showcase how fancy these batteries are. And then you bring it out, and here it is. It's a little bit shorter than what I'm used to. Obviously, it's taller than a 4S due to the fifth cell. So let's take a peek, see what it weighs. Get my trusty Weight Watchers scale here. Turn that bad boy on. Okay, zero it again just to make sure. Remove the protective foam covering because that's going to add a whole lot of weight. All right, so it looks like we're weighing in at 213 grams. 214. All right, let's call it 214. And let's compare that with a couple other batteries. These are my workhorse batteries here. I've got some Indestructible Quads, Black Labels, 1500 milliamp 4S batteries. See what that weighs. About 193 grams. And then we've got these, and this is the 100C variant of the 1300 milliamp CNHL battery, and it weighs 182. So let's check out the measurements of this bad boy. Move him out of the way. All right, let's do some measurements right quick. I don't have one of those fancy digital metal calipers, so you'll just have to forgive me for using the old-fashioned way here. Maybe a little less precise, but kind of get you on the right ballpark. All right, so there's the length, about almost 3 1/4. The height is about 1 3/4. I can't get that. And the width, a little over 1 1/4. That's all inches. Compare that to this 4S. We've got just over 3.5 long, 3.5 inches long by just under 1, looks like just over 1 1/4. Tall and about the same wide. And then the CNHL battery, just over 3 1/4. Looks like 3 5/8 by, let's see if I can't get this right, 1 1/4 tall and just over 1 1/4 wide. So that's how it compares to 2 other battery brands and the measurements. So going back to this one, according to the description on Hobby King's website, you can get a lot of cycles as far as life cycle goes, supposedly over 600 cycles on these graphene branded batteries. They say that you can do a super fast charge rate up to 15C on some batteries. I do not recommend that ever. I charge mine at most at 3C. I recommend not going over that. And it's just, I think it's a bad idea to go over that. You wind up damaging your battery and potentially exploding your house, which kind of falls into the bad category. As far as the leads on this battery goes, you got a 12 gauge. There it is, 12 gauge, nice and thick. The battery lead cable is a little bit longer than what I would like, but I can always just kind of tuck it down here like this when I fly. So these come to you charged up to about 3.74 volts, and they have a little insert inside of the box that says to be sure to bring it up to storage voltage as soon as you get them. So I've done that. Well, I'm going to show you here in just a second. And that about does it. So let's put it on the battery charger and see how it the resistance, the internal resistance goes. And then we're going to go out to the field. I'm going to charge this up and see if I can notice a difference between this and the 4S. All right. Okay, so we've charged this battery up, and looks like we're sitting at 4.192 on all 5 cells except for cell number 4, which is at 4.93. And it's done really well. The IR on it, about 4 to 4.2 per cell. A little higher than I anticipated, but maybe that's the initial, I don't know. We'll just have to see how that goes with subsequent charges In comparison, my Indestructible Quads batteries are all around a 1 point something or 0.8 milliohms. Although, also to be fair, I rarely charge one battery at a time. I'm usually charging 6 at a time on a parallel charging board, and I'm not sure if that has if that makes a difference. But you know what? Let's. I've got 5 more, so let's charge up the other 5, and see what kind of IR it has with them. Okay, so I'll be right back with that. Okay, guys, so I'm in the middle of charging these other 5 in parallel, and you can see that running at 3C, we're getting much less internal resistance, less than 1 on each cell. So that's pretty great. We'll see what the final result is. Okay, guys, so it's just now finished, and I've charged 5 of these guys. There's 5 in the parallel charging board, and we are sitting right at 4.199 at the end of that cycle. Oh wow, so 0.7 milliohms per cell. That's crazy. That's really nice. Honestly, I don't have enough experience in electronics to know why the resistance would be so much less with 5 versus 1. I'm sure one of you smart guys can tell me in the comments. It's probably something good to know. I don't know it. So we charged up these 5. Let's go out and give them a test run, see how they hold up compared to my tried and true 4S batteries that I've been using for the last year. And I'll come back and let you know what I think. Also, I want to direct you guys to the RCGroups thread. I'll leave a link in the description below that is specifically for the Turnigy Graphene batteries. There's a few guys there that have done extensive testing on these batteries, and I mean, if these hold up as well as what their research shows, they are going to be great batteries. Okay, so I will see you guys out on the field here in just 1 second. Okay, guys, so final thoughts on this battery is I like it. Did notice that I got a longer flight time on this 5S. I got a good 3.5 minutes, and compared that to only 3 minutes on the 4S battery. This battery had quite a significantly better punch outs, just a better throttle curve, or more zip. I can only attribute that to the extra cell. So I think that this is a winner. Just put it back on the charger to put it back at storage charge, and the internal resistance on them was very low, 0.6, 0.6. So if you see them go on sale again, boy, snap them up, because I think it's a pretty good upgrade from the 4S batteries, and I highly recommend them. So until next time, guys, do well, fly happy, be blessed. See ya.